you want to start? We'll start here in front left with Hayden.
That's all right. So, okay, there we go. Royce, Hayden Silver, Clutch Points. Nice to see you again.
Good seeing you.
Obviously, the big talk about this team is how young they are, and I know you're one of the more veteran players on this team. I'm just curious, sort of, for you, how you look to sort of be a leader to them, and sort of if any of the rookies have already given you an impression that they can be an elite player.
Yeah, I seeing their work ethic every day, you can tell how great they want to be. And I think just me being a veteran on this team, being one of the leaders, leading by example as well, just showing them how to be a professional, what it takes on and off the court. And I think just leading by example. Bringing my knowledge to these guys, everything that I learned, and just trying to help out any way that I can.
Go to the left with Steven.
What's going on, Royce? Steven Bergeron, Gardner, PHNX Sports. I was listening to Coach Grant McCaslin speak to glue guys and the value that you guys add, and how important it is to have someone that could be kind of like a chameleon for a roster to play different roles and be adaptable. How do you find a way to put that into a team system when there's so much newness around, and you are kind of like a veteran on the team this season, so it's not like you're just speaking to a specific group of guys?
Yeah, shout out to my guy, Coach Mack, back in the Baylor days. Just having a glue guy, I think, just brings everybody together, from, the superstars to the last guy, rookies. And I think just having someone who's able to put the pieces together, play off of whoever is on the court, just having impact, whether you don't need the ball, whether you do, trying to do the intangibles that don't show up in the stat sheet. So I think everybody needs a glue guy, and, not a lot of respect, goes out to that guy. But I think, you get the credit where it's deserved. And for me, I think just impacting the game, being able to say, okay, did I get better today? That's where I, want to be impactful.
We'll go back right to Lena.
Hey, Royce, Lena Washington, 12 News Phoenix. Good to see you again. Grayson was kind of talking about how he's looking forward to being in a Suns uniform this season because of how last year went, to kind of flush it and give fans and the team something to be proud of. I'm curious if that motivates you at all, and how much just how last season ended is fueling how you're coming in as a leader this year.
For sure. Nobody wants to miss the playoffs. For myself, it was my first year not making it. So I think just using last year as motivation this summer, and I think just having a fresh start this year, bringing excitement, having a whole new team that all the fans can look forward to. And I think it's going to be an exciting way that we play basketball this year.
Go to Kellen.
Royce, good to see you. Kellen Olson, Arizona Sports. I was curious, from the summer work that you've seen, it's been a consistent theme from everyone talking, that the amount of guys that were in the gym, were you seeing that, and was it irregular than what you're used to seeing?
For sure. I think from, the moment that the young guys got drafted, being in summer league, you see how many guys were together, working out. And I think that just carried over to, throughout the summer, all of them being here, to us being here at the beginning of September. And I think just building on and setting a foundation of building a culture that, is going to be fun to show up each day, have fun at work, and, just be a great time.
Go over to Andy.
Hi, Andy Romine, Concat News. Nice to meet you, Royce. So one of the biggest moves of the offseason was obviously trading Kevin Durant, and some of the offensive scoring went from the wing to the point guard depth with Jalen Green. So tell me about how, Kevin's absence and also the increased role of the offense through the front court, or through the backcourt rather. Tell me how that impacts the wing scoring offense.
How it impacts the wings? I think it's just, a different style of basketball that we'll play. It's no replacing Kevin. He is Kevin Durant, but I think, the talent that we bring, Jalen, Dylan, all the new guys, young guys, I think just, intertwining each other, from myself, Grayson, Devin, I think it's just going to be a different style that, J.O. wants to play. So I think everybody's going to benefit, just playing off of each other and just, being able to show off our game.
Time for three more. We'll go to Doug.
Hey, Royce, Doug Howler at The Athletic. I know turnover is a part of the NBA, but front office changes, coaching staff changes, over half your roster has changed. Does it seem like a lot of change when you walk into the building and there's so many different faces?
I mean, yeah, but I mean, it's the NBA, you know. Like, just for myself, just, you know, 1 year I started in Brooklyn and half the year I was in Phoenix. So I think it's always a change, but being able to way that you can adapt to, you know, the surrounding, the environment, you know, players, coaching. I think it's just, like I said, fresh start, being able to, like, you know, see where J.O. is going to bring in the system that he wants. And I think just us players adapting, you know, finding ways to play the right way.
Go on the left to Eric.
Hey, Royce, Eric Ruby, PHNX Sports. Like a lot of people have mentioned, you are one of the veterans on this team. When you look back early in your career, what are some of the biggest things that you took away from the vets that you had then?
Asking a lot of questions. I mean, I think sometimes being a young guy, you might be afraid to ask questions, but I think asking a lot of questions go a long way. It shows that you're really engaged. And, you know, just for myself, just, you know, telling these guys to show up every day. You know, when your opportunity comes, just take advantage of it. You never know when it's going to be. So I think just being a professional, showing up every day, and just having fun.
Final question here with Dwayne.
Yeah, Royce, I'm curious, you obviously with Ryan last year, you were, in essence, a mentor for him as far as how to play the position. Where have you seen him grow the most from the end of last season to now?
I think just overall his game. Defensively, I know he wants to take that next step. You've seen the things that he did last year. Offensively, you know, I told him, you know, just for myself, I was once in his shoes just playing defense, but I was like, you know, make 500 corner threes, you know, every day. So I think just taking that next step in his game, which he has, you know, finishing and then shooting. So I think just how far he's come, you know, from when he first came in to where he is now. But, you know, talking about him, you know, he might not get all the credit, but yeah, there you go. That's why I said that.
Yeah, I know. All right, thanks, Royce. Thanks, Will.
Yep.
We'll have Nick up next.
There you go, Big Nick. Big Nick. Yeah.